Alright guys, TouchGrabber back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday so far, and today we're going to talk about a number of crazy things that have happened over the last 24 hours in the Call of Duty community. A number of the top CDL teams completely ravishing their organizations of players. A lot of free agents going to be coming out as a result of this. Really does beg the question whether the CDL is going to invest heavily in a contender side because, well, a number of these players, fantastic pro players for a number of years, now finding themselves without a team. Seattle Surge, Toronto Ultra, London Royal Ravens, and also the New York Subliners with Temp, it seems, no longer on a squad either. Very interesting stuff. Like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new as always. Where will these players go? What will happen to these organizations that have culled a lot of the players off their organizations? We're going to talk about that tomorrow in a Rostermania rumors video, which is going to talk about some of the stuff I've heard behind the scenes. Pretty big stuff as well, so make sure you don't miss that one. Today, let's talk about this then. So Waskin starts off currently mid-Warzone tourney, but I just thought I'd let Twitter know I'm a free agent for next season. Who knows what's going on? I want to win, that's it. I don't think it's out of the question that London look to re-sign Waskin on like a lower salaried contract and hope he doesn't get picked up through his free agency, but I mean everything is incredibly uncertain now, as Octane then does say the off-season is ridiculous to navigate every single time. And this then is really where everything started to kick off from the Toronto Ultra. With heavy hearts we say goodbye to some of our fellow teammates for the 2021 season. Looney, of course, he was on the team for a time, he is gone. Brack, of course, what a great player he was on Luminosity last season, he never got his opportunity really here. Lucky as well, I believe this is even his birthday, so the Spanish guys are nowhere to be found now. Mayhem is gone as well, and then Metal's also gone in addition to Classic. So they've completely, well, destroyed their entire team, to be honest, and maybe admitting their mistake, you could argue, for having the 10-man team previously. Then again, I suppose they've used that 10-man team to find an organization and a squad and a core four, I suppose, that might work for them next season. However, that's not exactly clear what they will do going forwards either, because they do re-sign Cammy, and they do confirm the re-signing of Kleenex, but no one else is confirmed to be re-signed. So as we look at right here, they've got rid of basically their entire team. Also, I think more notably really that Classic is gone, because he was in the starting lineup last season, right, alongside Methods, Cammy, Bance and Kleenex right at the ends. So he's gone into free agency. That leaves these four, but only Cammy and Kleenex have been confirmed to be back in the team for next season. So what does that mean for the rest of the guys? Will they come back? You know, it's actually really uncertain right now. And also, as we looked at yesterday with you know, this tweet that came out from Credit CDL Intel, expect every team not named the Dallas Empire to have at least one new face on the team, which definitely begs the question, is Toronto Ultra also going to get rid of one of these guys, maybe put Bance to the bench or something and get in some other player? It's not out of the question. Very intriguing to see how this develops going forwards, but Toronto absolutely destroying their team and, well, breaking it apart, and only 4 guys remaining on that squad right now. So yeah, remarkable the degree of cost cutting, I suppose, that is going on right now, but I think it's expected, right? Some of these signings that these teams were making in the first season seems pretty outrageous at the time, building this like entire roster of the 10-man squad. It's not a surprise that that's going now, but it's difficult for a number of these pro players that haven't got their opportunity this season on the sub bench and now going into a 12-team, 48-player, you know, professional player situation. It's going to be very tough for them to continue as well. So what does the contender scene look like? It's certainly going to be absolutely stacked. As Classic then says, unrestricted free agent for the 2021 season, so at least he is unrestricted and has some opportunities on his horizon potentially. And this is then where Temp comes into the fray. We might have to dominate challenges, he says to Classic. We then get the reply here from Pac-Man, I ain't top 48 in the world no more, saying, you know, he's not considered by his team to be good enough to be in the top 48 players, as we just talked about. Gotta work harder. So Temp then goes on stream to clarify the situation. A lot of people are looking at this thinking, is it bait? Because Temp's been such a great player, at least from a statistical point of view, the last couple of seasons. Modern Warfare wasn't his best title by any means, but World War II, Black Ops 4, certainly a great player throughout the majority of those seasons. So, you know, begs the question, right? If New York are looking at Temp not as an asset anymore, where does he potentially go, and what are they going to do with their team? This is what Temp's statistical performance has been like, especially over the Black Ops 4 season. I just had a look at Fort Worth, for example. I mean, he was 8th in terms of pure KD, 1.15. Impressive stuff from Temp, but of course, you know, it's not all about the statistics, and we'll look at a couple of clips in a second of him saying that, you know, New York are no longer going to be moving forward with him to the 2021 season, and his real frustrations not necessarily about not being on that team anymore, but his frustrations are, you know, the lack of a response, I suppose, when he's been reaching out to these other organizations that didn't do so well last season. Then again, I imagine a lot of these organizations, the likes of LAG, to my understanding, are flooded with requests for a number of players because they were the worst team in the league. Of course, every single player that's, you know, potentially just about to fall out of that top 48 players in the professional scene, you know, are going to be hitting up LAG to try and get on that starting lineup. So a lot of competition. Temp did then confirm a little bit later on that it's very possible he actually does have some offer from somewhere, so he may still be getting back into a starting lineup for next season. I think, you know, his performance over the last couple of seasons has deserved it. But as we say, it's not just about statistics. Mac tweets this out, of course, this gif, once again, some cryptic stuff. Zuma did a similar thing, which has since been deleted, but he did leave this one up. You know, there's so much you guys have no idea about. Reality TV show, like all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes is what Zuma's talking about. A couple of clips here from Temp where he discusses the situation that's going on right now, the issues he's facing on the New York subliner squad, but also, you know, his frustrations not getting picked up to a team at least immediately for next season. There was maybe a clip I'll share of him talking about Brian Saint and Bevels over at the Minnesota Rocket and the Los Angeles Guerrillas respectively, saying that, they didn't even respond to his DMs.
Have you heard shit from NY? I'm not on. I'm gone, son. I'm gone, Mo. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't care that I'm not on the team. I care that I'm not getting offers. That's the only thing I care about. You know? That's the only thing I care about. From another team. Like I said, the 3 teams realistically that should be in my DMs, they're not there. I hit them up, matter of fact. I hit them up. Shit, I can't even get responses back from motherfuckers that was in last place. You was in last place? First of all, you was in last place. How you got a job still? Second of all, you was in last place. How, like, you can't even respond, motherfucker? I've hit up Devil's LAG, absolute last place, supreme last place. Picked me up 2 days ago, no response. You know what I'm saying? I did Destiny raids with that guy. You know? Like, you could at least tell me, like, nah, Don, your ass. Like, you could be straight up with me. Like, we were in the raid together, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be like, yeah, nah, Don, it's not it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Fuck it, Brian Saint, like, come on, man. All right, guys. Looks like I got an offer. Oh, my God. The first one.
So with all that being said from Temp, we then get this from Apathy and soon followed up by what the Seattle Surge do to their roster in a very similar way to what we've seen with Toronto Ultra. Apathy tweets out, I am an unrestricted free agent for the 2021 season. I will have to redeem myself after what has happened this year. It's unacceptable to me. Winning is priority over everything. I will give 110% every day. With that being said, thank you Seattle Surge for everything this year. We keep moving. And then Temp brings out the eye emojis, kind of saying to Apathy, you know, maybe we do team for next year. Maybe that would be a good duo, to be honest, to find a squad for next year. Then again, it's so competitive right now to get spots on a number of these different teams. I really have no idea who's going to get a spot and who's just going to miss out, because a number of great players are going to miss out. As you can see on screen right here, Seattle Surge then follow up to Apathy's tweet with this: you helped us start our journey and we are excited to see where yours takes you next. Thank you Enable, Apathy, Proto, Slacked, Panda and Teddy Rex, kind of the S&D sub coach kind of guy, for representing the team throughout the inaugural season. So the entire roster has been dismantled. Karma retired early season. Now Enable is gone. Apathy is gone. Proto's gone. Slacked has gone. Panda's gone. Teddy Rex is gone. They've completely ravished their entire squad, apart from, of course, notably Octane remaining on the team. So it looks like they're going to want to build around Octane once again. But this is very interesting, right? Like, Octane's played with Slacked for a number of years. That's clearly not going to happen. Enable, of course, being released. What a great player he's been over his career. He did a video quite recently saying that how, his intention is either to be a starter or a substitute for a team next season. Also, potentially, he might go back to Halo Infinite or just do content full time. So he's got a few opportunities on his plates right here and a few ways he could potentially go forward with it. But, it'd be a shame to see him retire, I think, right now. Hopefully, Apathy gets an opportunity. What a fantastic ambassador for our scene. He has been over a couple of years. And, we'll have to see what happens to the rest of these guys on the squad. But clearly, Seattle looking to build around Octane for the rest of it. And then Looney, of course, from the Toronto Ultra, comes out with free agent for the 2021 season. Any franchises, players interested in me, feel free to contact DannyLooney@gmail.com. Obviously not the season I wanted, so I'm looking to bounce back. Last 4v4 CoD, I won 3 championships in one season over at the, the World War II days, where he won the Atlanta event, the Anaheim event, and the Seattle event, I believe, on the Rise Nation squad. Just to follow up on this then, before we finish off the video, I wanted to talk about some potential rumors that have come out on what people have said on Twitter. I mean, cryptic stuff like there always is in the Call of Duty scene. But Gunless tweets this out yesterday. Haven't felt this good in so long. It is so refreshing. It seems kind of doubtful that he would tweet this unless there was something going on and he was able to get onto a team next season or something to that effect. We, of course, got this tweet, which we looked at from Gunless yesterday. To be fair, Looney does somewhat a similar tweet here with the Joker leaning out the car window and everything. So, who knows whether Gunless and Looney are tweeting these both out. There's kind of similar gifs. Maybe that's indicative of something. And also, we then get this from Pristini when he asks Gunless, and since since been deleted, this tweet. And, you know, when tweets get deleted, it always does kind of make you think, like, maybe there is some truth to this. Yeah, he tweets this at Gunners, kind of saying that maybe they're teaming up next season. But far from confirmed, very interesting to see where all these players go, because the Seattle Surge has been completely destroyed of all their players on the squad. Octane is now looking for more players. I mean, where does Apathy go? I think, like, some of these players do deserve another chance, I suppose, especially maybe the Toronto Ultra guys that have had a tough season. Looney, for example, who, you know, has won a lot of championships before, didn't really get an opportunity to prove it this season, although he wasn't a great player in Modern Warfare anyway. But Modern Warfare has been a weird season for a number of different professional players. And then you've got a guy like Temp, who's clearly a very talented player, but New York just don't want to play with him for whatever reason. Maybe they go forward with Zuma, Attach, and Mac or something like that, and yeah, maybe accuracy stays, maybe he doesn't. And then you've got to consider, well, Temp could have been an option for that team, but certainly looks like they're going to keep Mac instead of Temp. And then, you know, there's a player as talented as Temp on the bench, you know, looking to win and all this kind of stuff that he was talking about on stream last night. Where does he potentially go? It's tough to say with only 48 spots, but as he did say, you know, he does seem like he has a an offer at least on the table, and well, it'd be difficult to turn down anything, to be honest, right now with how competitive the scene has become over the last few days with the onset of 4v4. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. As always, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. As always, stay tuned for more Rostermania content, and I will see you next time.
Champion. Tactical Rab. Oh no. The fucking media outlet guy did. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, man. Yo, Tactical Rab, yo. I need you to gas me on your videos, bro. I think that might help me out. Make a video about me saying I'm the GOAT.